Guys, it's Mitchell. I just got finished setting up my wind trainer, and my first video I just finished working out, and I just wanted to show you how I set things up, because I think what's really important is that you have a system for your wind trainer inside, and one of the reasons I don't do Zwift or any of that sort of smart trainer stuff is that I developed this system a while ago. Like, when I say a while, I'm talking like 20 years. And basically, you know, you've got to have a format, you've got to have a great location in terms of like setting up your bike in a comfortable place. Like, not like, I always hated working out downstairs in my basement back in the day before my divorce, because it was dark and it was dingy and it was musty and it wasn't inspiring at all. So if you have the option to set something up in a good location in your house or your place, I totally recommend doing it. And then, you know, do it in such a way that it isn't interruptive with everybody else. So I have a limited small space, but I try and make it as nice as possible, just so that I don't mind getting on. So the first thing you start with for me is, you know, I've got Oriental carpets. I roll them back, right? Hit back, and then I have this pad here is actually an ASOS floor pad. Sorry, I just got up. My voice is kind of hoarse, and it works out perfectly. It's a heavy grade rubber mat, but it's upside down. So the carpet is actually, it's the ASOS logo, super heavy, and I just roll it up. It wipes off really nicely, and the rep gave it to me, so that was cool. You probably noticed too the super old trainer that I use. This is, some of you guys may remember, it's a cyclometer. It's the Cat-Eye CS1000. It's got air resistance, but also it's got a mag on the other side, and I can't get to it that easily. The thing I like about this is that it secures the fork. You can see it's sort of rusted. This is my fourth one I've had for like 20 years. My buddy Phil gave this to me, I don't know, like 7-8 years ago. And as soon as I rust them out, I scour to find a new one, because they're just they're rock solid. And I like the feeling of not rocking around on my bike at all. I use an SRM with a Garmin 810. So I use the SRM Pro. So I use real watts. None of that skinny mirror Zwift stuff. It's real stuff. They tend to be super stingy. Here's the interface of the CS1000, pretty old school, but top of the line power meters, so that I know for sure they're real watts, and more importantly, they translate. Let me see if I can get a shot of it. The SRM right there with Q rings. Love them, man. Sort of badass. The watts translate exactly outside, so that's super important to me. I don't like having to say, you know, it's 3% difference or whatever. Cool bike too, which my buddy John Gerard Sheehan makes out of Kirkland, just outside of Seattle. It's probably the fastest bike I've ever had. It's certainly the most resilient. Super awesome. He started this company about a year ago, and we're doing some collaborative stuff. I'm the exclusive coach for those guys, and he's a good buddy of mine. So anyway, I got it set up with some zip bars, and it's pretty cool. So the other stuff for your training to set up so you entertain yourself, oh, almost forgot. The mirror. Super important to have a mirror. Sorry about the toggle, guys. See if I can stand it. Look at my bed head. Super important to have that, so you can check out your form. Make sure you're pedaling straight, your legs are moving correctly, you've got the right extension, and it just helps me a ton to, I think form is really important to relax my upper body, kind of focus in on being like aerodynamic if you want, if it's important to you. So anyway, in the cockpit area here, I have obviously YouTube stuff, which is important to, you know, music, videos, whatever. This is super important right here. Having a journal so you can handwrite your workouts and how you feel, how you're responding. It's a total upgrade to Strava. I mean, just, put your workout, write it down, and then write how you're feeling. Like, I was hot, I got a cramp in my calf, I got dizzy, it was easy, whatever. These things, you remember them when you write them down. It's like a mental poetic. It just gets burned in there. Take your watch off. This little Submariner, man, I freaking love it. I exercise in it. It's just like, I don't ever take it off. Haven't you? I mean, I got it like 10 years ago and I haven't done anything with it. I haven't even serviced it. The other thing is some reading material, and I came across this. This is kind of cool. This is a body analysis that I had done at Equinox. I'm a trainer over there, Baboom, in Boston. But this is super cool because it gives you a baseline of your body composition, and I totally recommend people getting it because it's really not so much about your body weight as like what you're made of. Very comprehensive stuff. I was pretty psyched. In the middle of the winter, I'm at 7.3 body percentage, fat body percentage, so that's pretty cool. So I'm pretty lean, almost 55 years old. I think my biological age comes in like mid-30s. Super pumped about that. Got some coffee stains on this. It also does a segmental lean analysis, so you can look to see, where your imbalances are on either side of your body. My right side is slightly bigger or heavier, which is sort of funny. I think that's because of all the hardware I have in there. A replaced hip and like an 18-inch plate and 9 2.5-inch screws there from a bad accident. But anyway, this is super cool. It's free a lot of places. Go out and get one as a baseline so you can look at your progressions there and not worry about how much you weigh. So that's basically it. Have some reading material. Write notes so you know what's going on in your workout. It's a total upgrade to Strava and anything else. You'll have it forever. I've got journals from 20 years ago. And so yeah, have a fan, like a Mac Daddy fan. And just stay cool. As that's the biggest problem with working out indoors is the thermal, and it'll just eat your power away. So yeah, that's it. So what I typically do is I close the door here. I don't know why, I just don't want to spray stuff in the other room from the back there, and then sometimes I have to clean that door off. But yeah, that's it. I'm going to hop on now and talk to you all later.